Hi. It's been a day, hasn't it? Quite the news day. We are back live, F1 Live, with Will Buxton. Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome back to my office on this incredibly busy of newsy days. I am bringing you today another interview. I'm very happy to say another interview. Again, if it all works out, then we will be bringing you an interview with someone you're going to be wanting to hear from, someone that I can't wait to hear from, because we've not spoken in weeks, not since Australia. So I'm very much looking forward to hear
Hello.
how he's doing. Hello, how are you?
How are you doing, mate?
I'm good, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Esteban Ocon.
Hello, everyone.
All liveried up.
Exactly.
In
Dressed
your
up for
shirt.
the occasion, you know.
I mean, have you had to give them a wash yet this year? Are they all fresh out the box?
Well, unfortunately, they are all new because this is the new kit with the new DP World sponsor. So I just took the labor off, you know, the new thing.
Just pulled the
Yeah,
label off.
exactly. It's such a shame. Such a shame.
Oh man, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. You know, it's been, of course, very long being in lockdown with the family. It's been good. We're all healthy, and that's the most important. But you know, I've tried to keep on busy. You know, doing sports, doing simulator, time for my hobbies and for the family more than usual. So it's something to look after, and that's what I did. So all good.
I've got to ask you, after a year of doing very little other than sim,
Yeah,
we now find ourselves in a scenario where all there is sim. I mean, like you're really well placed for it, but you must be hitting your head against a wall.
yes, that's exactly what's happening at the moment. I still love it. You know, I still love competing online, and but yeah, I just want to do the real thing again. It's just getting long, you know, and the more you play, you want to get back racing for real. But it's a good time to be in lockdown. I think us racing drivers, if it was 30 years ago, I don't know what we would have done.
Yeah, no, completely. I mean, we keep saying it. We're really lucky in this sport that we get to sort of endure and to carry on in a virtual realm where
Yeah.
other sports can't do that. You've always been one for driving your sim at home. Are you finding it a good replacement at the moment? Do you want proper competition?
I think
Or do you want it just for fun? Do you just like to enjoy yourself and have a bit of a giggle?
Well, I think it's the first thing is to have fun. Definitely, I'm not a professional sim racer. I'm a real racer. So the first thing I want is a good fight, a fair fight, and that's what I had, you know, in a couple of races already. I might take part in some others, but at the moment, yeah, I had fun. That's the most important. But just because, you know, it's not limited by testing. The amount of time it takes you, that's the biggest difference, you know, between reality and sim racing is that you just spend hours and days on it before you arrive to the actual race. So it takes out a lot of your energy, and it's good, you know, to keep all the reflexes and your reaction and everything to stay driving fit, let's say.
Yeah, no, totally. Are you just sort of driving, or are you playing any other online sports?
No, I did most of it was racing. I did some other games as well. Just when I was out of racing gears and boots and stuff. So when I was just chilling on my bed, you know, I was playing like Grand Theft Auto and stuff. So, you know, it's always fun.
Are you doing any online, like any golf
No,
games?
you do
Because
that.
it seems that Ian Poulter might have taken your seat. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he's representing Renault every single weekend. Like,
And he's representing pretty well, I have to say.
I know, right?
He's doing very well.
How are you at golf?
Pretty terrible. I can take him on mini golf probably.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's it.
Brilliant. Look, let's rewind a couple of months now to testing, to arriving in Australia. All of that anticipation for you, especially having been out for a year. How did you feel testing had gone? How much were you looking forward to the start of the season?
Yeah, testing went well. Testing started in December for me, really. With Renault for the first 2 days. Then, yeah, for sure, I had the chance to do those 2 days, which was pretty good because I got released early, which was nice. Then, of course, testing in Barcelona was crucial because it was the only 3 days I was able to prepare myself for the actual season. It went well. Car was a good evolution from 2019. It was pretty solid, I would say, and we were ready to start in Australia with some new stuff again for there. Unfortunately, we know what happened then.
Yeah, absolutely. How's the team been? Have you been in sort of regular contact with everybody back at Enstone?
Yeah, for sure. I've been in contact with my group of engineers, with the guys there, most of them. I can't call everyone, of course, but been in touch with Cyril, with Alain, with all the guys to see how they are coping. And I'm calling my engineer to fix my my setup for my radio control car, which is very different than usual.
Now, because this is what you've been, and obviously for a long time, but this is your big joy, your big passion, isn't it?
Yes.
So with all of the isolation and social distancing, are you able to get out and play with your remote?
Well, yeah, I'm lucky enough to just have in front of the house. I have a runway, so I put some cones and I do something there, which is fantastic. So I don't need to go on the racing track or anything like that. So I could do it. I managed to get some runs in, which was nice. But yeah, it's useful to have a group of engineers that don't really work for the moment, so they can engineer my little car. It's cool.
So how advanced are you getting with this now? Are you buying new parts online? Have you got to the point of buying a 3D printer and trying to design new wings or like little flick ups? Get your guys working on the CAD.
No, it's not that complicated.
Car in the CFD or whatever.
No, well, I have two different rear wings. But if I want to make a third one for low downforce, I just take a drill. Is that how you call it? And I drill a hole in the rear wing. That's what I do.
So you're just making like constant DRS.
Exactly, constant DRS. More oversteer balance.
Amazing. The longer this goes on, I reckon you're going to get yourself a 3D printer.
Yeah,
get the boys to design you some new parts and just print them out at home.
For sure. I need some new parts actually to put some more rear camber. Actually, I'm running out of rear camber. There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Obviously, look, big news today. I'm not going to ask for your opinion on that. One thing I want to know though is all racing drivers say we never read the press when it's stories about yourself. But do you read it when it's stories about other people? When things like this happen today, do you read the press or do you just never read the press?
Oh, you can't miss it. I mean, if you wake up, you go on Instagram, the first thing you see is the news of the day. Of course, it's pretty normal. I think all the drivers that told you that they are liars.
Yes, that's
not
true.
True at all. It's just because they don't want to reply to you, Will. That's why.
That's probably it, isn't it? That's it. Look, before we take some questions from fans, I got sent this earlier today by the guys, and it's you, little you.
How did you do that?
Renault, way back.
Wow.
What's it like? I mean, I know you haven't got to actually run a race yet in Renault colours, but what's it been like returning kind of home? To where you had all these early experiences of what it is to drive an F1 car and what it is to be a part of an F1 team back in Enstone.
Yeah, it comes back from even before that. I grew up in Enstone back when it was more black and yellow colors back in those days. This team is what made me the driver I am today. I've trained there. I've learned the English there. I've grew up. I was a kid with long hair. Back in the days, they used to call me Mowgli. When I was going into the factory. So we've worked together, we've missed each other, we've then almost worked again together, we missed out, and then finally we find an agreement, and I'm working with the team I always wanted to work with, which is fantastic, and I'm really happy that we've managed to make it work.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It must be lovely going back home. You say
Cool.
not so much Mowgli anymore.
Well, with the lockdown, pretty much.
At the end, yes. I think we're all going to need a haircut by now.
Exactly.
So many questions coming in from the fans. Keep them coming in, guys.
Yes.
We've got absolutely loads.
But Will, we talked about me. But what about you? Your cooking and stuff. I'm following you. I see you are getting really well at cooking perfectly, yeah?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to just provide a little bit of fun, you know.
I see. I see.
There's no racing to talk about, so I
I
try
know.
to cook some bits that people might enjoy from our travels, first of
Yeah,
all,
for
and
sure.
then talking to Lando, and he said he really missed a McDonald's, so I started making Big Macs and stuff. So it's been,
Did you? I
yeah,
want
it's
to
been.
try one. You need to cook me something. Yeah?
I will. Okay, I'll send you the recipe for the Big Mac. It's
Perfect.
perfect. It's
Ah,
perfect,
really?
and you've got months to work it off afterwards as
Well,
well. So
it's even better than the real thing.
it is. It is, and also because you're making it yourself, so you know what goes into it, so it can be
Exactly.
properly healthy. Honestly, I'm trying to find some questions that aren't about today's news, and there's lots of them. This I've gone past it, but what it was? When did you get the call from Renault? When did this all begin?
Ooh, complicated. Yeah.
That's not an easy one to start, is it?
No, no. There's been a lot of talks. You know, it's not really. I mean, I wish it was that easy and just being a single call and all goes on to plan, but that's not really how it works, unfortunately. Of course, the year before there was a lot of talks as well, and in the end, yeah, it's just discussions all the time. You're trying to find an agreement, and then it's we will see, we'll talk again, and suddenly everything accelerates, and you get a contract. And when you have the contract in front of your eyes, and you can finally sign it, and both parts are signed, that's where you really start to believe it. But when one part is signed, it's a bit more dangerous and difficult. So I've learned that now.
And I guess the big thing must be, what's it like as a Frenchman to be, to carry that Renault logo, to be working with someone like Alain Prost?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Was a big chance, to race and have Alain on my side. Alain has the key of the success and the key of where I want to be. So listening to him with big eyes open and eyes from a kid, of course, and all the time he's available for me. So it's a big chance, and to work for a big brand like Renault, first of all, it's a massive privilege. It's one of the biggest brands in the world, and to represent a brand like that as a French driver, it's fantastic. And I can't wait to start, because at the moment I didn't start, so I have to wait a bit more.
Well, this leads into a great question that's been asked. If we get racing this year, what's the one track you'd like to race on?
I think I would like to race all of them. Unfortunately, we can't. There are a lot of tracks I'm going to miss, like Monaco, of course, Melbourne, French Grand Prix, Castellet. Those are Grand Prix I'm going to miss for sure. Hopefully we can do as many as we can and get started soon.
What's your favorite track of the year?
Favorite track? Suzuka and Budapest.
Very different.
Very different, yeah. But in a way, they have something similar. Is that you don't really rest, and you just have a lot of combination of corners. Left, right, and that's what I like. Not much rest. It's difficult for racing, I have to say, but definitely for quali lap, it's the most enjoyable feeling you can have.
And it's that constant flow, isn't it? You get one corner wrong, and the whole lap.
Exactly.
Gone.
This is what I love, because when you have a car that feels great, in qualifying, that you have worked through FP1, 2, and 3, and you arrive in quali, and you get that neutral balance and perfect flow through the corners, it feels amazing. So, yeah, I'm missing it more and more when I talk to you, mate.
How much are you looking forward to that first qualifying? You say that first neutral run, that proper bolted quick lap.
I've been waiting that for more than 500 days, mate.
Well, and not that you're counting.
I'm counting. Not the exact day, but I know it's more than 500. It's so long, man. So long. It feels like everything is going against me to restart racing. It's crazy.
Oh, no, it's not. It's working against everyone at the moment.
I know.
How difficult do you think it's going to be for everybody to get back to racing again, given that we're not going to have any testing? It's going to be straight in, and probably a much shorter weekends. So limited time of practice, and then straight on it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be weird, especially for all the guys that have been racing for 5, 6, 7, 10 years in a row that had no stops. You know, I had a stop, so in a way, for me, it's going to be as hard as it is for them.
Does it make it easier because you've had that year out that you were always going to have to get used to coming back again? So does it make it easier for you that you were expecting to come back from a break anyway?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't think it's going to make it easier, but I just think I'm probably going to be more in line with everyone. You know, having not so much, you know, practice for a long time. That's where we are going to be, but it's not going to take ages before everyone's going to feel comfortable again. And for sure, it's probably going to be an advantage for the one who straight away is there. You know, after a limited amount of practice, imagine the only practice day we have is wet and then straight away is dry. That would be crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Great question here. Driving for Renault now, obviously classic team, a lot of classic cars behind them. Which Renault would you like to drive if you could drive any Renault F1 car from history?
The first one that comes in mind is probably R26 from Fernando, the one which is at the main entrance of the factory.
Yeah, I know that.
Crazy engine revving at 18 or 20,000. I don't even remember how much it was, but so high. Yeah, I think the pinnacle of technology from back in the days where everything was getting very, very serious and the cars were going to crazy speed that they had to put tires which were not slicks back in the days. Yes, otherwise it was going too fast. So yeah, I would love to try those cars with proper slicks on to see.
Oh, to see what they would have been capable of. Yeah, take the grooves away and just give you proper
exactly
slicks.
I think it would be so impressive.
Oh my goodness! Imagine doing
a restart. My neck would probably pop out, but we'll see.
It would, yeah. Your head would fall like an orange on a toothpick.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd just fall off. Right. We always ask this: what is the first thing you're doing when lockdown's over?
Well, lockdown is over. In where I am, in Normandy, here.
So, what's the first thing you did when lockdown was over?
Nothing different because everything's closed. So it's pretty similar, I have to say. Yeah, I went cycling a bit further. That's what I did because normally we were stuck in the kilometers around, so I was turning around. But now I went cycling a little bit further, but that's it, fortunately, for now.
Yeah, kind of the same. The first time I can go to a supermarket that's further than 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a holiday. It's going to
exactly.
Exactly. More final one. Obviously, so many fans out there waiting for Formula One to come back. So many of your fans waiting for you to return to racing. Do you have a message for them in these hard times?
For sure. I have a message. I think it's very important to stay positive, but to have entertainment during the day. Try and do stuff that you didn't do. Like, for example, Will, you know, he's cooking, he's trying, you know, new things. For me to, you know, I did more stuff than I was not having to do before. You know, I'm doing a little bit more my hobby or stuff that I didn't have time to do or spend time with the family. I think it's a good time to have the time to not do something you would normally do, and that's very important. So yeah, stay motivated, and soon we'll get back on track. So it will come shortly.
Lovely stuff. Take care, mate. Enjoy the time, you know, however you can. Love to the family. Hope they're all doing well.
Will do. You too, mate.
See you very soon. Thanks for your time, man.
Take care of yourself. See you guys.
See you later, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Stay home, and we will see you soon. Bye.